In this class, I'm going to show you how you can add progress bar to your Bootstrap 5 document. The first thing, we're going to paste the snippet over here. You can see that we have a simple div tag which has a class called progress, and inside that we have a progress bar with a specific width, and the role is set to progress bar with the area volume of 75, and then we have the area value min is set to 0 and area value max is set to 100. That's it. So if you just save this and get to your browser, let's hit refresh, and I can see that we have a beautiful progress bar. So let's just say I want to set it to around 25%. So what we can do is we can just change this to 25. It's 25, and this one also is going to change to 25. Let's get back to the browser. Let's hit refresh, and I can see that the progress is minimal. It's starting from 25%. Now, if you want to display a number in center of it, so what we can do is you can add another snippet over here. You can see there's not much difference between these two. They are basically exactly the same thing, but instead of specifying W25, we specify the style width as 25%. Okay, and inside that we can specify the value as 25%. So now if I do that one, if I hit refresh now, you can see that we get a number. Okay, so one thing what we can do is we can give a margin bottom for this one. So I'm going to call this as MB3. So that's going to give a margin bottom for that. And if I hit refresh, okay, so we have the percentage over there. We can also change the height of the progress bar. For example, the size of the progress bar is quite small, and if I want to increase this, there's another snippet which you can work with. This is the one. So here basically what's happening is that we are adding a multiple version of this one. So here you can see that we have a 1 pixel version. So basically it's the same thing, but the height is very small. So if I save this and if I get to the browser, let's hit refresh. Okay, I need to give some spacing. I'm going to call this as MB3. The same thing I'm going to do for this one. So MB3. Save that. Let's hit refresh. I can see the first one. Okay, I need to add for this one too. So MB3. Okay, so now you can see there is a very thin line, that is the 1 pixel one. So this is the one which has a height of only 1 pixel, and there's another one which has a much bigger height that has a height of around 20 pixels. I can change it to around 40 pixels. That will give a much more bigger size for the progress bar. We can change the color of the progress bar by specifying a BG color. So I'm going to just give this as BG success. So basically what happens is the entire color changes to green color. The same way we have BG primary, BG warning, danger, secondary, and all of other options. We can also give a stepped version of progress bar. For example, 25% of this, 35% of that. You can specify it like this. In order to get that one, what we can do is we can get this snippet. Now you can see it's a nested snippet here. We have progress bar, and then we have a BG success, and then we have BG info. So we are basically adding multiple progress bar over here, and we are specifying the width as in percentage. So we have 15%, then we have 30%, and we have 20%. So if you do this, what happens is now you have a stepped version of the progress bar. You can also give stripes for the progress bar if you want to. So for example, you can see that the 40 height one here, I'm going to give a stripes for this. I'm going to call this as progress bar striped. And if I get back here, let's hit refresh, and I can see that particular progress bar has stripes in it.